Hello, everyone, and welcome to obviously Fantasy Premier League. And this is the team selection for game week 1. And obviously, some of you guys might have a few questions, obviously, about what's happening in terms of the channel. Obviously, put your comments down in the chat, and we'll obviously speak through that if necessary. But I'm here. My name is Jordan, for those who don't know. Huss, on the other hand, is unable to obviously join us on this team selection for game week 1. So hopefully we'll see him in the future, but I'm here to take it, obviously. So we'll get right into it. But before we begin, obviously, make sure you give this video a like, subscribe for more, and leave a comment down below if you wish as well. So without further ado, welcome guys, welcome back. Obviously, it's been a while since we did the last video on FPL is live, and we're only obviously a day away before the official kickoff of obviously the Fantasy Premier League. Very exciting. I think it's going to be a good season ahead. A lot of excitement to look ahead. And we'll quickly just breeze through obviously what my team currently looks like on the screen. So as you can see, I've got Sanchez in goal for Chelsea. He's got Crystal Palace at home. I've gone with a back three of Van der Ven, Gabriel, and Wan-Bissaka. Actually, yesterday Van der Ven actually did score in the PSG game, which was quite nice. He does have Burnley at home, which is a nice fixture. Gabriel has Man United away. Will be an exciting one to watch on game week 1. And Wan-Bissaka has the newly promoted team, Sunderland, away. So I quite like the looks of the back three selections. I'm quite pretty much locked in with those options there. I don't think there'll be much tweaking happening in that area. Moving on to the midfield quickly, we've got Kudos, who has Burnley at home. We've got a flagged Rodgers, who has Newcastle at home. And we've got the captain, Salah, who's got Bournemouth at home. And finally, to complete the midfield, we have Ndaya, who's got Leeds away. So 4 in the midfield in terms of selections. Again, Kudos, I like his fixture. Obviously, a new signing for obviously Spurs from West Ham. So exciting to obviously see him play underneath the new manager, Thomas Frank. So looking forward to that. Obviously, Rodgers is a bit of a blunder. I'm not sure how serious his I believe it's a thigh or ankle injury he's got, which is why he's yellow flagged. I have to keep an eye on that, otherwise I will have to sort of tweak and transfer him out if need be come the deadline, which is tomorrow evening. Obviously, Salah's in there. That's obviously a no-brainer. Can't really not have Salah from game week 1, and obviously he is the captain 2 choice for Liverpool, who have Bournemouth at home. And finally, we've got Ndai, who's got Leeds away, and again, newly promoted side. Looking to see if Everton could get some action in terms of goal involvement. Ndai is particularly one of the guys that willing to take a punt on as like a little differential for those who haven't really looked at him as an option. And moving up front to the front three, we've got João Pedro. Obviously, he has a silent G, Gyökeres, who has Man United away, and Bowen, who has Sunderland away to complete the front three. Now, obviously, João Pedro is quite a popular option, obviously from Brighton, moving to Chelsea. Exciting signing, obviously, for Chelsea. They seem to be building a very high talented squad, and another one joins obviously the team, with João Pedro. Again, almost more than half of us have João Pedro in the team, so he's quite a popular pick. Surprising, because we normally have obviously Haaland as the most highest owned forward up front, but in this case it is João Pedro. Again, new signing Gyökeres, excited for Arsenal. Has Man United away. Obviously, in most of his interviews, like you see with Gyökeres, he always says, "I want to score goals. I need to score goals." So he's quite confident, and I think it's high risk, high value for Gyökeres, just to see how he does in the Premier League for one, and how he gets on with Arsenal, because we didn't really see them score as many goals as I thought they would in obviously the last season for Arsenal. So I'm hoping they can have like a talisman to get like the majority of them now, instead of them being a mixed spread. between individual Arsenal players. And then obviously Bowen, who's got Sunderland away, and he's got the vice captaincy over him. Again, it's a newly promoted team, so I wouldn't give a punt on Bowen, who has a new position. He used to be a midfielder, and now he is now a forward. So yeah, in terms of Gameweek 1, again, it's exciting. Not many people are really going to opt to go for Bowen, even though he's got a nice fixture. But against a newly promoted team, I'm willing to take obviously the gamble and the risk of going for Bowen. But again, it's Gameweek 1. There's a long way to go, but I like obviously the pick. And as you can see on the bench, we got the substitutions, starting with Darlow, obviously the non-playing goalkeeper, just a saver on money. Next to him is Munoz, first choice defender, who's got Chelsea away. Again, I like Munoz from his attacking threat that he provides at obviously Crystal Palace, and the possibility of him not just getting a clean sheet, but also getting extra points for goals and also bonus points too on top of that. Is definitely one that I want to start off with when he has relatively nice fixtures. Next to him is Van Dijk. You may be surprised to see him obviously on the bench. He has got Bournemouth at home. Half thinking whether to play him or not in place of one of the other defenders there, but it's hard to go with who in terms of that. I think with Trent gone though, it quite possibly mean that Van Dijk may get some bonus points in terms of defenders now. So yeah, that's one thing to look out for if Liverpool obviously have a low scoring game but have really good defensive in the match. And then last, obviously but not least, we've got a midfielder, Donovan. Again, non-playing. It's just the basis of saving money in the team to afford obviously the team on the screen in the 11. So yeah, as is for budget reasons, I'll pick Donovan and obviously Darla, the goalkeeper, there just for obviously to save money and obviously move it elsewhere. And obviously with this team, I wish I could show you the money in the bank and obviously the transfers and whatnot. Because of the new interface, it's very hard to do that. So I'm just going to tell you what I currently have. So I've got 1 million in the bank remaining from this team. So it is 99, obviously 0.0 in terms of value, this team. So I do have some money to play around with it if need be. It's not very much. If I'm honest, I can't really do much to upgrade certain players, just the way I've had my format at the moment. Like, it is difficult to replace Rodgers, even though I'll have 8 million if I do. It just seems like it's a bit of the range in terms of that price in the midfield is just out, because we've got Wirtz at 8.5 and other midfielders around 8.5 as well. So it is difficult to obviously pick an 8 million midfielder that has the same or similar quality as Rodgers does. But yeah, that's currently how the team looks in terms of my selection. You'll see obviously on deadline, which is tomorrow evening, if that team has changed or not. But for the current moment, that is what it is on the screen. I'll take a few of the comments obviously in the chat, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So first one is Adam. Would a triple up of Salah, Wirtz, and Gakpo be interesting? I mean, a lot of people are looking to go for triple, obviously Liverpool, to start off the season, and I don't think it's a bad idea to go with what you suggested, Salah, Wirtz, and obviously Gakpo. I think, obviously in the Community Shield game, I thought they were quite impressive, especially the new signings that Liverpool had. Obviously, 2 of them did score. And yeah, I don't hate the move of tripling up on the Liverpool attack. I mean, their first fixture is very decent, Bournemouth at home at Anfield. So I think obviously Liverpool are going to go big straight from the get-go. So yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, preferably I like 2 attackers and 1 defender. Like, similar to me, I've gone with Salah and Van Dijk. I mean, I don't have a third Liverpool attack. I would have liked Wirtz as well. So I would have had Salah, Wirtz, obviously, and Van Dijk in that triple up. I kind of want Frimpong as well, but I want to see how that works, or obviously how he how many minutes he plays and etc. But at the moment, I'm going safe with Van Dijk and Salah and just them two. But yeah, I do like triple on Salah works and Gakpo. It is. I don't think it's overkill. I think it's pretty good on Game Week 1 just to see how that goes. But I mean, you can change up the format if need be and take Gakpo out for someone else. But yeah, I like the move. So yeah, in terms of obviously, yeah, the deadline is tomorrow. I'm just going to check what time that actually is for the deadline, because it is obviously it's a late evening one, which is nice. 6:30 is the deadline. Obviously Friday, so it's literally after work, which is nice. So yeah, we'll be going live at about 5:30 p.m. UK time for a deadline stream where you can see obviously the final hour, yeah, of the team, see if it changes or not. But yeah, I'm waiting to hear or see on the Roger situation, which could change up things. But I think with the rest of the team, I'm pretty happy with. Sanchez in goal, I don't hate. So I think Chelsea this season are looking very strong. And I know Sanchez had a bit of a blunder in obviously last season with not keeping many clean sheets, and yeah, not very high performance from him. But obviously in the Super Cup, he sort of changed that around and turned into like obviously the Sanchez we saw at Brighton before he joined Chelsea. So I'm willing to give him a chance. Obviously, he is 5 million, and he has got Crystal Palace at home, which is a interesting challenge ahead. But yeah, I'm looking forward to if he can obviously kick off the game week with a clean sheet against Crystal Palace. That'll be massive. We've got Vishu in the chat. Hi, hello, how you doing? Nice to see you. Can you rate my team, please? Yeah, of course, Vishnu, I can. Just send me your code, just so I can check what your team is, and yeah, I can get back to you and see. Yeah, I'll see what it looks like and rate it for you. But yeah, that is pretty much obviously the team selection. I normally do graphics obviously for team selections, but yeah, for this game week, I will just do it as from the browser. It is the interface. If I'm honest, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it could have been slightly a bit different, better. I kind of like the old format. It's just getting it to fit in this screen has been an absolute challenge. Yes, sorry, that's what I meant. Your FPL ID, please. Yes, thank you, Vishnu. Hello, Roman. Been a while. Yes, it has. Long time no see. Nice to see you, Roman. Can't wait for Game Week 1 tomorrow. Wanted to ask thoughts on having Saka and Bruno over Salah and a 4.5 mid to start the season. Then in Game Week 4, switch Saka and Bruno to Salah and a 4.5 mid. It's interesting because I haven't really seen Saka in many drafts on fantasy. I was going to check how much his ownership is, because it's actually surprising how it's not that high. And maybe it is surprising to not, but yeah, Saka is obviously 10 million. He's only 17.4% owned currently. I think that reason being is he's not nailed on penalties anymore. So it has been suggested, obviously, anyone who can take a penalty for Arsenal will probably take it. So it's not guaranteed that Saka is always going to take the penalty, which I think has put some people off of obviously bringing him in, because it might be the off chance you get lucky, he can take a penalty, or you have to rely on him scoring from open play, which I think has slightly slandered a lot of people from not going with him from the beginning of Game Week 1. But again, it is another fixture where it's a big game to start off the season with. You've got Man United, and it's an away fixture at Old Trafford. So, yeah, I can kind of see why Saka's ownership is not skyrocketing. But in terms of your question on thoughts about that, I think I would having Saka and Bruno over Salah and a 4.5 mid. Yeah, I'll probably have. having Saka and Bruno over Salah. No, I don't think I would do that. I think I'd have to pick Salah over them too. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'd go over not having obviously Salah over a Saka or Bruno. It's just not. I'm not sure. Obviously, especially with Man United and Bruno Fernandes, I know they've had a good pre-season, like in terms of improvement, but I don't think I'll jump straight into the deep end with Bruno. I think I'd keep it as for Salah and then see how that goes. Watch Saka and Bruno, see who does better in between those two, and obviously see how Man United and Arsenal do at the beginning. But I think I'm going to put, obviously, I'm going to put my faith in Salah, and yeah, a Salah and a 4.5 mid. I think I would do instead. Roman. Hopefully that's helped in terms of my thoughts on that. I think Huss would definitely agree with me on that because I don't think he would pick Saka or Bruno over Salah as well, especially for he supports Liverpool. And Vishnu, I will get right on that now and check your team quickly. But I think then we will wrap up the stream. I will try and keep these streams very short as well, guys, because I think in terms of preference, we don't want to obviously long out the videos as much as we normally do. But yeah, I'll just check that for you. But yeah, it will be interesting to see who goes with who in terms of Gameweek 1. Should be very obviously exciting to obviously see. Yeah, I can't wait. Obviously the kickoff is very, very close. Oh yeah, give me your thoughts on the new interface on the website. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Because I know a lot of people are not a fan of obviously the new interface. It's a lot to get your head around, I think, in the way it's done. But I guess we'll have to stick with it for the time being. Right, so bear with me, Vishnu. I'm just trying to get obviously the code in because I like your team. It's so thank you, Vishnu. I appreciate that. I've been quite changing a lot in recent my changes every hour because I just think no, I don't like that. Let me change it for this person, and then it's just a constant mind change. I'm trying to stick with it now because if I take out players now, I kind of think I'm going to regret doing the moves, wishing I hadn't taken them out before. I'm trying to get your team up. Yeah, I'm having a trouble getting your team up. It just seems to be blank when I put your FPL ID in, so I can't see your team. Yes, we do have Instagram. It is the FPL Duo _ So if you send it to that, yeah, I can see obviously your screenshot from there instead. Because yeah, the FPL ID is not working. It's not showing your team for some reason. But I'm guessing that's a bug. Hello, obviously Patrick. What combo do you prefer, Rogers, Milenkovic, or Gakpo / Nico Williams? Don't have words. I mean, I like the first combo preferably. Because of Rogers having the yellow flag, I'm not sure how serious that is. That slightly puts me off of that combination, but it would have been a nice one to have. Again, not in terms of not the Forest, the preseason, I'm not really impressed. I mean, they did keep a lot of 0-0s and a lot of clean sheets. in their matches. But in terms of goals, they didn't really score that many at all. But yeah, I quite liked obviously the Milenkovic pick. I did have him last season too in my team. I think I would go in terms of these circumstances. I'll go with Gakpo and / Nico Williams instead. Because obviously you don't have Wirtz either. So I think having the double Liverpool still, assuming you have Salah as well, will work out well in that combination. Rogers are back in training, so he'll be fine. Oh, thanks for letting me know, Patrick. I wasn't sure about that. Then in that case, I'll probably go for Rogers, Stas, Milenkovic for that. So yeah, it's nice to hear about Rogers being back in training as well. So yeah, good news all around. Yes, I'll just take a look at obviously Vishnu's team, and then we'll probably wrap it up there in terms of the team selection. But yeah, it's nice to see obviously you guys obviously returning for another season. Always appreciated, and yeah, keep up the good work. So yeah, Vishnu, I have your obviously your request. I'll just wait for you to send your team to me. But yeah, I wonder. Obviously, captain picks should be interesting for Gameweek 1. I'm definitely going with Salah. As you may notice, I have no Haaland, so I am hoping that obviously he doesn't have a stormer again like he did last season, which kind of ruined my entire rank last season. Not obviously having having a non-Haaland draft hopefully doesn't obviously affect me again straight from the the beginning of Gameweek 1. It is going to be tricky if that is the case to fit Haaland back in. So I am hoping he is not electric at the start of this season, because the way my team is integrated, I'll have to do like 3 or 4 transfers to fit Haaland into this team, or maybe 2. I could get away with doing it with 2 transfers, but ideally, I kind of want Haaland quiet for the start of the season, and obviously Salah being electric. Okay, I see your team. Obviously, Vishnu, you got Sells in goal. A back three of Cucurella, Diouf, and Nico Williams. Palmer, Reinders. I think that's how you say the name. Dewsbury Hall, Wirtz in the midfield, and Haaland, Gyökeres, and Watkins up front, with the bench of Marlon, Gurhey, and Hartman. Interesting that you've gone with no Salah. Very interesting. So you've gone with the opposite of what I have, no Haaland for me, and you've gone with no Salah. Big. That's big. Okay, a no Salah draft. I've not seen many of them, but I'm liking the gamble to go with Haaland. It could be a nice tipping point if Haaland does outscore Salah in the first, obviously, game week. That will be quite good for those captainers for Haaland. He has got all the way though, which is slightly better fixture, I'd say. I've seen Reinders in a lot of selections as well. So double Man City. I have no Man City assets in my team. You're going with double Chelsea, which I like. Palmer and Cucurella. I think Palmer's going to do really well this season, as well as João Pedro now. I think their chemistry between the two, especially in the Super Cup, were really, really nice. Sells in goal, obviously not the Forest. He had a very good season just the season gone. So yeah, looking forward to see if not the Forest can sort of replicate what they did last season. It's very unlikely because obviously they have extra football to play, not just one match a week. But yeah, I like the team. I like the Dewsbury Hall shout for Leeds. I think that's a nice differential that no one's really looking at. Wirtz is in there to cover your Liverpool, which again that sort of covers. Well, hopefully that sort of covers Salah in your team. Watkins, great pick. Gyökeres. So I like the front three. I think the front three is fine. Midfield as well. That's pretty good considering how much money you spent in the forward line. And tons of defenders. It's not a bad pick, if I'm honest. I like the team. I like the Haaland version of this team that you've done. that you've built around him. And obviously you got Marlon Gurhey. Gurhey, I'm not sure of if he'll stay or not. That would be dependent if he leaves or joins. Obviously Liverpool, we have to see. But again, I like the selection nonetheless. On the bench, there's cover, and then you got Marlon there, who's got Newcastle at home. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good team. Goalkeeper sells. I don't know. I don't know how Nottingham Forest will cope now that they're in obviously in the other competition where they have to play more football and they're not used to it. This will be their first time doing so. So there might be a bit of a slow, obviously a slow process to Nottingham Forest, but I think defensively they're still quite strong. Yeah, I think I think we'll see the lack of goals coming from Nottingham Forest this season, like we saw last, where they sort of overperformed in goals. Hopefully he joins Liverpool and starts with them. Yeah, that is the hope. It'd be another massive signing for Liverpool again to get Gurhey. And I think he gets his form back and the fixtures are better. I plan to captain him mostly for the first 6 weeks. I mean, yeah, last season we saw obviously Haaland getting hat tricks, 2 goals, 3, obviously hat trick again. It was an electric start of the season for him. Let's go quickly check obviously Haaland's ownership because it's nowhere. It's almost like João Pedro's from last season, but it's nowhere as near as it is this season, which is again it's quite interesting how obviously the fantasy template changes here obviously every season, not always a guarantee. So yeah, Haaland's ownership is 23%. So yeah, I think the focus is not really seen as Haaland, but I think that's a good thing for you because obviously you're going to captain Haaland for the first 6 weeks, see how he does, and yeah, I quite like that difference, especially with no Salah. Hopefully it does go well for you, Vishnu. Hopefully I'll see you in the deadline stream as well tomorrow evening. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thank you obviously for watching. It's nice to be back doing obviously fantasy content, obviously different sort of format at the moment. You'll see obviously more graphics, and I'll let you know as well. That's what I was just about to mention about the league. We'll create a new league for you guys to join. You'll probably see it in the deadline stream, the code for it. I don't have it at the moment, but obviously just be patient, and I'll obviously give you the league code on the deadline stream, and you'll see it in the banner down below in the description, so you can join that and see how well you do. So yeah, that will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for watching. It's always appreciated, and we'll see you in the deadline stream tomorrow evening, 5:30 UK time. So until then, take care and obviously enjoy the rest of your evening and see you soon.